Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Boys and girls, we're in game number 1 in the losers match. One of your favorite players is about to be eliminated. My question is, who's it going to be? Spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, fighting for his life, up at like 2 a.m. like a true warrior. It is Properties MorroW.
Number 8 as the blue Zerg, it's Goswser.
Okay, so that match looked a little bit shaky, and in Goswser's fairness, he's coming up against probably the single best player in this group. Solar's had a great track record with ZVZ in the past as well, and well, we'll see what happens in this one. MorroW's not too raxing, and I think Goswser's gonna be a little bit relieved to scout that.
Yeah, or like the scout, be a good way to start off a best of 3.
Yo, I haven't actually seen, like, I watch MorroW stream quite a bit. Since you brought it up, I didn't even know he was streaming actually until we cast him that one time. He's a funny guy. He's got a great attitude, but I can't say I've seen him 2-rax a lot. So I mean,
not as much as like Korean Terrans.
No, I mean, like, I think every Terran player's got it in their back pocket, but I'm just saying, like, in general, you know, you watch a player like Cass, you'll see it every like once every like 5 games versus Zerg, right? Not quite the same frequency, I guess, as MorroW, but again, a lot of this makes sense because the 2-rax is kind of a micro-intensive build, and you've got this guy who's playing from the European server on the North American server. Again, the latency is probably not too bad, but it's not going to be perfect.
Hopefully not, and we haven't had any, issues about pausing either, so it doesn't seem like it. But you're right, 2-rax is going to require a lot more micro. Unfortunately, like, that does carry on, though. Like, TVZ is just a very micro-intensive matchup. I mean, most matchups are, well, in StarCraft 2 in general, right? Especially for Terran.
MorroW also showing us a certain degree of F it YOLO. Again, if you guys missed the post-game analysis, when he played that last game versus Crank, he said, oops, meant to build barracks, didn't, cancelled, said screw it, let's go mech. So, it's something that, I'm not saying he'll go mech here versus Goswser, but it's kind of cool to see that he's already been willing to do it, even in a weird scenario that it was.
Goswser not going for gas means that this double Reaper build actually might do some drone kills, 1 or 2. Hopefully not anymore. Thank you.
Here comes the Lings. He'll push this back quite nicely. MorroW, though, again, like, this is something where I don't think he's lagging. The latency's not so bad that you're like, wow, it's like someone's torrenting in the background. No, not at all. But still, even just milliseconds of delay can be really influential, especially on moments like, with the Reaper. You don't want to get surrounded. You don't want to hit and run a little bit too slow.
Second Reaper joins up here. MorroW not shy about bringing this out, whereas we think some of the other Terrans we've been casting lately keep it actually at home. I think Major, maybe was it? Oh, anyways. But this is actually going to be enough to take on the Lings for sure. Technically, they can take on the Queen and a couple of, it comes back, comes forward. I'm not sure MorroW scouted the lack of gas. I think that actually was just barely a scout on that gas on the right side. So he knows that these can stay here as long as they want.
Yeah, he actually got a nice scout there, just barely. I mean, MorroW is one of these guys too, who I kind of feel like it's weird. He's almost like Goswser in regards to, like, these are 2 guys who definitely had their heyday back in the day. MorroW's not had like prominent, crazy results lately. He's not winning another IEM anytime soon, I don't think. But same with Goswser, like, he just kind of fell to the shadows for a bit,
Well, he fell completely out of
yeah,
like nowhere. No one knew what happened to him. And they just came back, and people were like, "Hey, is this your account?" Yeah, actually it is. And now he's, playing in tournaments again. But yeah, you're kind of right in the same, on the same line.
I feel like this is kind of like almost the Expendables, you got the badasses from the old days, just like coming back for action. One's Arnold, one's Stallone.
They're all old though.
Yeah,
it's the main thing.
I guess actually these guys aren't.
No, they're not. I don't think they're that old at all. Well, of course, people always tell you that like 24 is old in StarCraft 2.
No, shut up. Don't say that. I don't want to hear that.
I personally don't believe it, but
I don't want to hear that sort of talk, Xavier.
Well, of course, you're really old. I mean, let's be honest
Shush.
Here. So Command Goswser easily, like, he scouted the Banshees. He didn't scout the Banshees. He didn't scout a second gas. He actually has no idea this is coming, but he's getting a Spore Caller anyway, so that's at least going to cover his main.
Yeah, and just investing in 1's really not that big of a detriment.
I'm more surprised with lack of a third. You know, not investing into a third is kind of a big deal. Especially getting one upgrade too for these roaches, getting speed as well. I just wonder, like, how powerful is this really going to be if it is an attack, especially with the Banshee out too. Ooh, I don't think it's gonna be powerful
Well,
at
roaches,
all. Unless
I mean, they're in general really good at deflecting melee damage like this, so it's not like it's bad to have them.
No, but that's more than just defensive roaches. Thea is gonna go across the field and attack, and as long as MorroW like finds us with the Banshees, he'll add so much extra damage on top of it. It shouldn't do anything.
Oh, he's going mech though. Double armories. Woo.
Well, double worse if Goswser moves out here because the Banshee production isn't gonna stop. Now, despite having 12 roaches, which is more than you need for just purely on the defense, he actually isn't moving out.
Sick
He just
Reaper
gets a very
scout.
late third.
He's gonna see the layer, but I think what's really odd to see is if he does sort of scan to the natural, the Reaper dies. He's gonna see like no spire, no baleen nest. Like that's a big red flag.
He saw the roaches, so it's like, you know, yeah. Baleen nest or, you know, the Hydra den, something else.
Oh man, if he actually goes Roach Hydra, that'll be kind of interesting. I don't particularly think the map is the greatest for it, but it's certainly gonna be running into mech, which can be problematic.
I don't think Goswser has scouted mech yet. No, he is not. He's, there's really not been a lot of scouting from him at all. You wouldn't even see, you would have seen the third floating over, but we would have seen one on location, for instance. And again, Goswser just playing very defensive, very slow third. Lots of roaches that are purely on the defense. Seems a little unnecessary. Only one upgrade so far. We've been seeing, you know, the last two Zergs actually that we've cast, when they went Roach Hydra, they only got the one Carapace, and they got the 2-1. Oh, okay, so he does have a second Evo Chamber somewhere. No, it's in the back. So I guess he'll have that still. It's two Banshees that are going to clean up roaches really quickly here. We have a Viking patrolling us for Overlords, and without, you know, a Spire, it should kill whatever ones are sent on across the map.
Yeah, look at the zoning effect they're sort of provided, but you know, he's the same way Goswser's not really scouting MorroW enough. MorroW's not really done for Goswser. Had he done this, you know, he might not have invested in the Thors like this. I mean, you really, if there's no mutas, Thors are good to have, one or two of them, sure, but they're not something you prioritize like this.
2 would be perfect. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't actually need them necessarily, but there's always the threat of a swap. I don't think Goswser still knows, by the way, that it's that is the situation. Now, he is getting invitation, but I was really worried that if he tried to attack into mech with just, you know, 1-2 Roach Hydra, it wouldn't work out.
You know, it's worth noting, I mean, like, this Baleen nest coming down at the time it is, I think you're right. Like, I'm not sure he has any idea what's going on. Because, like, why would you go for a Baleen nest at this stage of the game, right?
Why would you go Baleen nest at all if you're going Roach Hydra, is actually my question. But whether it's against bio or against mech. 2 Baleen nests? Quick.
Okay. I don't know, Zombie Grub.
I don't know.
You know what this is? I know this. This is called being rusty.
No, this is called, you know, what do we call it actually? Just in cases? Just in cases.
Yeah, just in cases. In case the drop comes to the main for that bio army, he'll have that one. Okay, he cancels it. Good. But he starts investing in the Enduring Locust. I mean, the thing for the Banelings was, you know what? They're not the greatest against mech because of tanks, but if you need to clear out those Hellbats, they'll still get the job done. The Locust will soak a lot of the hits from the tanks and might give the Banelings the time to roll up into this army, and with the Hellbats gone, mech tends to falter a little bit behind it.
Not necessarily all that bad, but it's just little.
Nope,
it's a little
weird. What? I think he was going for the Snoot style here, because here comes melee weapon upgrades.
But Snoot, like, Snoot did, like, you know, link Baneling Muta into Swarmhost, right?
Yeah.
And you know, you could also say that he was going the Pig style, right? Pig was the one that wrote the blog about going Roach Hydra into Swarmhosts, but he's doing both at like odd times, like in reverse order. Not quite sure.
It's you know what? It's odd chord.
It is super odd chord. That's hard to say. It's still no vision on anything that's going on. So at this point, I gotta figure that he at least has like figured it out. Like he's seen a couple of tanks whenever his stuff died. Yeah, that's exactly like right there. But he has like no indication of like where the bases are taken. you know, any attack points he could abuse.
Yes. What is the scan? I guess looking for the army.
Yeah, well, he's got to figure, like, there's been no pressure on him whatsoever. What is my opponent doing? In fact, MorroW might be scared of, like, Broodlord or something, you know, something that takes a long time to get to.
Where have I, like, where do we ever see this be that passive of a game with no information for either players?
Not with how Goswser opened.
Yeah, I know, this is weird. I'm loving the turret line coming down. Again, expecting Mutalisk, and not like it's a bad choice. Mutalisk transitions can just wreck a mech player, without question. But,
well, also in case Vipers are out. So forget that.
Yeah, that too. Be good to zone it. Vikings are always going to be better for that, but, well, MorroW now knows what's up, and so does Goswser for sure, whether they were guessing or they actually knew.
There's not a lot of Swarm hosts, though. I mean...
Yeah, this is like a one, you sacrifice a couple Hellbats, push into this, and kill them type of amount of Swarm hosts. Yeah,
he's depending a lot on the other units, the Roach Hydra, but there's no further... I feel like with as much time as both players have been given, MorroW's doing what he should be doing as my player. Maybe he throws in some Ravens eventually as well, but Goswser should take all of the bases, and he should be going up to all of the tech, including, you know, Vipers and, you know, Festers and, you know, Ultras and Broodlords, like, whatever. Like, as much as you can get with as much money as you have.
You know, there's a couple Hydras here on the front lines, but there's no more detection. If you knew this, I think you could just scan it and start picking off a couple of the Banshees. MorroW is going, though, Sky Terran, and this is what you do when you hit 4 bases. You know, Fenner actually says it on his stream sometimes, a bit of a joking way, but it's not wrong. Like, if you let a mech player get to 4 bases comfortably, you've probably lost that game. It's not, like, as easy to break. It's doable. We've seen it before, but I think with MorroW mining happily off, like, a gold base, especially as his 4th, Goswser, oh man, he can go Ultras all day that he wants, but there's gonna be like 4 Stargates of production.
Starports.
Starports, you're right, sorry.
Somewhere there's maybe Stargates in production, but not here.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I like these Hellion devices. These are always really cool to see. Of course, we get that blue flame, they're a lot stronger and do a lot more damage, but yeah, 12 workers killed, not exactly the greatest amount in the world, but still the idea is that you keep the army at home and possibly push out into the Swarm host. I guess the other thing the turret's going to do is draw some fire to the Locust for the auto attacks, but looking to invest in a couple planetary fortresses too.
This game, man. This is
It's so passive, Zombie Grove. It's so passive.
This has been the most passive game I've actually had in a while. Like, at least when that was like that Cats versus whoever it was, Kelliser? No. It was,
Schnitzel.
Yeah, Schnitzel, thank you. Like, that actually still had something going on.
Well, I think MorroW's... I guess just call it. I think MorroW wins this game only because he's getting Corvid Reactor. He's going to have that Raven count up. And unless Goswser is the crazy guy who's going to go Infestors, I don't see him breaking the Ravens.
Cats dominated, you know, against Mech in that final series.
Yeah, but Cats also had like 9 bases and like 20k in the bank.
He had, yeah, exactly, 9 bases. He had a Muta swap versus a Swarm host swap versus like, you know, a bunch of static defense in the front.
Like 40 Mutas into 40 more Mutas.
Exactly. Like there was a couple of things that were different, very different. It's not, but the thing is that Goswser can get to that point. It is that passive. Like, it may not have started out for the first 20 minutes being like that, but it could be the last 10 minutes look exactly like that.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, he's taking all the bases, which is good. I like this choice. And the Creepsword's looking pretty nice as well, but again, it's that situation we've seen out of, you know what, Gumiho is a good example of this, because we've seen so many Gumiho mech games lately on Base Trade TV, where if you can get the Sky Terran, it might not be battle cruisers in this instance, but if you get the Sky Terran, I mean, it's just, it's so hard to break. You don't trade evenly with it.
And now they're both accruing the bank too. That was a big difference. You know, the Terran player really didn't get a bank, versus Cats. Goswser is just, you know, it's no doubt that MorroW's gonna get a bank with 5 bases, as many orbitals as he has, and no real units dying here.
You know what's kind of sad, actually? Should Blinding Clouds come down when the Ultras start charging through, I think they're still gonna go like full dumbass mode on the missile turrets.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah. They're gonna freak out, probably like try and go another direction. You're like, what are you doing?
Mules might go down here. Goswser actually takes one of MorroW's bases. This is really bold. I like this move though.
I do as well. I just wish they would do something. MorroW, you're not even abused the fact that you have Banshees.
Yeah, there's been a couple instances here where I think you could have gotten some free kills, but at the same time safe than sorry. You know, keep in mind, it's like 3 a.m. for MorroW. He's playing on the North American server. Like, there's a lot going against him into this. So I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but those are just, you know, the facts.
1 missile turret for 1 creep tumor. Sick.
Well, auto turret, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Man, I wish you could like
efficient.
build an upgrade for the missile turrets so you can shoot down instead of up. Like,
no
both,
way.
But like, you just transform it.
A stat defense that can shoot up and down? That doesn't sound fair.
That sounds rather balanced. And you'll be worse if it can actually regenerate half of its health passively without any resource cost or
and if
attention.
it only costs 50 minerals more.
I still don't know why we don't get partition turrets. Like, this is such a big deal for me. I've always been a bit salty about it. Whatever.
This is so unfair. I just can't believe it. No, we need the shredders. You know, those two combined, alright? Like, both come out in Legacy of the Void. No one would want to play against Terran.
Yeah, I guess we can always hope. We can always hope. For those who haven't played the campaign, partition turrets are just like these flame turrets that shoot ground only. But more Ravens coming out. I mean, this count gets higher and higher, and that's what's so scary. There's been just... Yeah, there's gonna clump, and yeah, there's 18 Vikings, but it's the 12 Ravens I'm looking at that's gonna win this game, right? He's gonna throw down like infinite point defense drones, a lot of auto turrets. And can't push into the tanks like this.
It's come to that point, Rifkin. We're gonna have to start saying fungals. Fungals are probably the only way you're really gonna be able to push that back this.
You know what? I was actually not saying it in hopes that he would get it.
You know, oh, I see you trying to do there. Well, it's not gonna work out. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a bust. You know, you're always gonna say like, well, it's not really ever gonna. Oh, actually,
oh, the banelings. Banelings are a good way to get through this. That's a hell of a lot of banelings. We're making fun of them for getting them, but they work pretty well.
I mean, they're all right.
They took out most of the tanks. Well. They took out most of the tanks.
What's it matter? So it's like 5 tanks and take on Hydras.
Okay, sure. I'm just trying to hype up
you're
the
just
situation.
Trying to, just to hype it up, man. Don't fake hype me.
Hey, that wasn't fake hype. That was pretty sick watching all those banelings roll into the tanks. Through auto turrets and through like a Raven army just sitting there.
The Ultras transition is going to be, I mean, there's no point event. Well, actually, if they could take down the base to the bottom right, what you should do is if you have this much money, God, they have a lot of money. In the bottom right, just actually make a wall so Ultras can't take that base down.
Yeah. Actually, what I would like to see is a battlecruiser transition. The fact that we don't have it's a little bit irritating because
no one does
Ultralisks, like Yamato Cannon is really good.
Yumiho's the only Terran I've seen do it.
Legit. Hello? Guy rushes battlecruisers.
Oh, well, he does it a little slightly odder way, I suppose, but you're right, he does. He goes for like 3 base. Yeah, exactly, he rushes it.
Man, MorroW's playing is really turtley style and all, and that's, for some, I'm sure, really irritating, but I actually really like the way he's putting turrets down everywhere. Whether it's you're worried about the, oh, don't throw away the gold minerals on the SCVs, yo, take this back. Whether you're worried about the Vipers and that's why you're getting them, or whether you're not, the thing is they create a lot of SimCity, and the Ultralisks are really bad at dealing with buildings more than anything else in this game. Like seriously, hard counter to Ultras, it's not a Thor, it's not a tank, it's like 5 supply depots.
Well, he's doing what I was talking about. You know, the only open area where there's not enough SimCity to hurt him, but you know, with sensor towers, that's not gonna ever be a real option.
Yeah. You know, I know he explains a lot, and this is absolutely for the more casual audience, but one of the big things about auto turrets, they don't hit for much, and they got building armor, and that's cool, but for whatever reason, they've got this really high priority targeting system, where anything moving is going to shoot an auto turret. You're like, oh, 15 tanks shelling at me as an Ultras? Nah, I'll go for this one auto turret instead, unless you focus fire it. So, auto turrets, they look a little bit silly, but they're actually really good at dealing with Ultralisks as well. Again, their damage is not so much, but they tank the hits. They've essentially, if you guys play World of Warcraft, they got taunts, more or less.
Do you want to bet on Goswser breaking 20,000 minerals?
I think he will if he's left passive like this, because he hasn't had to replace any of his army.
Okay, how about this? 20,000 gas.
You know what? Can we talk about that? Look at the resources lost. Like, what the hell? How is this not breached like 5 digits for either player?
I don't know, Rifkin.
Freaking tanks and freaking swarmos, man. You know, he sees the space mining. He should really throw some auto turrets over here. Like, even if it's just segmenting a couple of Ravens out, yes, they're really expensive. He should land a Viking over here.
I would love battlecruisers or banshees, things that shoot down without energy.
Yeah, banshees would actually be pretty. Banshees would be fantastic. The reason you don't go banshees is because how easily Hydras deal with them. But if you've got this many defense drones going down, you actually don't have to worry about Hydras, like at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much easier, I feel. Ultras, you made a mistake, bro.
Yeah, Unseen Sting's actually pretty good here. Point defense is coming down en masse, man. Oh my goodness. Planetary does fall, kind of sucks, but as we see, he's pushing into a spread of tanks and Thors. Oh no, 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 Goswser user.
No.
You're gonna lose zombie grub this bet.
No.
I actually, the Thors, we made fun of them earlier. I like that he's reproducing them. The Mutual swap is actually coming.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? Remax and ultras after that fight went that way?
Did that Viking actually kill 12 drones? I thought he was gonna die when he got surrounded, so I looked away. He actually kills all the drones in the space, and they were pulled into him. And he kills the extractor. This guy's a badass.
He has sick upgrades, bro.
He does. He's a 3-3. He's got that 3 armor, man. Here comes more drones. Why is he transferring drones here? He's just losing
only
them.
workers got melee upgrades, am I right?
Right.
Oh, well, Nita's come in here. There's some Seekabus is going down, which is they were okay. They died before they went off.
Missile turrets at point defense drones. Not.
But they would have if they survived, went off on its own army.
This looks BM. It's not. I love the mule on the watchtower move. I think that's really cool.
MorroW, just go forward. Just push.
Look at this Viking.
I know you.
Can we? No, seriously. Like, this Viking is a freaking hero. I don't know if we get any artists in the crowd tonight, but can we get like somehow like a MorroW Viking like art show going here? Like, this is sick.
Look at all the scans on the minimap.
You know, actually, you know what? A MorroW Viking would have like Dolan decals on the side and stuff. Like,
he's trying to figure out what Goswser user is transitioning into, and the nothing is the answer. He hasn't chosen.
Yeah, what the hell? He's sitting on this crazy bank. There goes 17 swarm hosts come out. 33 like, swarm hosts come out. Pardon me.
I'm not looking at the APM right now, but I almost feel like Goswser user just stopped with his keyboard and mouse, and like put his like his hand on his chin and was like, "What should I do?"
No. You know what he did? He tapped out and Googled like, oh, "What do I break mech with?" Oh, this is silly, but the situation is from MorroW. Part of what makes this so powerful, like this just looks like a big, like honestly a scrapyard, a heap of junk, and it is more or less. But he's creeping up with turrets. He's playing this so incredibly annoyingly safe. Like Goody is put to shame watching MorroW play this.
I'm so upset about those mutas actually. Like diving on the army was what? Like there's an entire right side where with that many mutas with those upgrades, they would have taken down 5 missiles on the planetary here. They would have taken the 1 here. They would have killed so many command centers before, you know,
Look
dying.
at those point defense drones! Throws down like 8 of them immediately. F this.
It's so much better than just going for swarm hosts. No.
Yeah. You know what? It's killing me though. You brought it up before. I'll say it again. Banshees, a battle cruiser, like a single battle cruiser. It's actually phenomenal dealing with these locust waves. But again, Yamato cannons start coming to effect. You'll push with energy way better than you will with Ravens. I mean, Ravens are the ultimate scrapper unit, but look at how much MorroW's actually wasted. He doesn't have a single energy for another point defense drone. He's out of juice. And this is the problem. Time isn't going to be on his side in this regard, and that's why he needs something that shoots down, be it Banshees or a battle cruiser.
Goswser user is like, he's like, you know, pushing in is not working out for me, so you're gonna push into me.
You know what I'd love is if oh, actually that Viking finally died, sad to say. If he would start doing some Hellion run bys.
Did it? Or do it lift
start
and go
doing, like, do more. Hey, there we go. Tank run bys. What do you know?
Don't you laugh at that. They're really strong.
No, they are. I'm actually laughing because it is scary. Please watch out. This base is going to get wrecked. Spine crawlers don't deal with it.
That base, with all the larvae, just looks like it's just like a sex scene going down there for me. Like, there's so many bars. Just everywhere. They're blocking everything.
Oh, because you have the little... I was like, what, you like larvae that badly? Jesus, Tommy, you have some sort of weird fetish? I forgot that you've got the little sensor bar things on your screen.
They're like everywhere. There's no lots of noticing them.
You're like, there's a little... This is like a sex scene. I'm like, how? In what way? In what world is this? This is like the wormiest orgy.
It's the wiggling and jiggling of
the wiggling and no, don't bring up the wiggling. We can't talk about the wiggling on stream.
Someone's gonna like make a picture that's like the wiggling coming to a theater near you.
This is like a horror movie.
Terrifying.
You know, it is a horror movie. Like, just picturing the wiggling. But you know, here's the thing. Like, the point defense, there's so many of them. This is so dumb. But
you know, I'm all like, you know, like, why are you doing this to us? But really, why are you doing it to yourself, MorroW?
Right?
You are like,
it's 3 a.m. over in Europe. Yeah, like you're your own worst enemy, right? Because even if he wins this series through like back-to-back games doing this, He's got to wait for the final.
Oh my god. Poor Crank is like probably tapping over like, you know, is it done? No.
No.
Is it done?
No. I told Crank I'd message him when it's finished. I'm doing to do some other stuff.
You know, in
SCVs,
an hour or two, he's gonna be kind of worried.
SCV's being sacrificed because when do you ever see a Terran player with 12k in the bank? We forgot about looking at MorroW's bank. As stupid as this is on the front lines, it's actually pretty ridiculous how big his bank is behind this.
10 orbitals and 5 planetaries. I mean, he has a lot of rules. Everything is energy based for him right now.
How is Knighted player max, but there's no production going on right now? Like, MorroW's going for Fire Carapace because it's the only option left. Not because I think he wants to.
You could get Adrenal Glands.
Plus 3 air range weapons too. Let's talk about this. He's got Swarm House and he's investing in Air Carapace over plus 3 ranged weapons. I guess not that it matters because the point defense drones nullify all damage either way.
Don't know
secret missiles. There we go. Forget the point defense rooms.
Finally! Yeah, abuse that lack of air for those user. Wow.
Oh, that was. Oh, I'm gonna need a moment, guys. The Terran in me just really enjoyed that move.
Not making sense.
Yeah. Drones are starting to be pulled into this too for Ghost users as well. The reason these guys are throwing the workers away is not because they're idiots. They want to reduce their supply as much as possible in worker count so they can increase their supply as much as possible through army. But I think Ghost User's going to do a big Muta remax here, and I think that's a mistake. There's still too many Thors, and there's too many Vikings.
I really wouldn't mind it if it was just to do damage, you know? I think the problem is that he's going to remax and MorroW's actually going to attack. But if you use Mutas to start taking out all these bases, suddenly MorroW's going to, like, he would have, I guess, regretted not having SCVs, because he wouldn't have a big bank like this.
What is this stupid wiggling jiggling thing look like? I get it. Oh, this is what Zombie was seeing earlier, guys. Just like all these sensor parts.
Oh, it was so much more. They just still produce eggs.
Yeah. Alright, well, it is going to be 49 Mutalisks.
Please don't send that into the army. Could you just not?
You know what's going to happen with these Mutas? There's going to be 3 Secret Missiles and a couple Thor Follies, and they're all going to disappear.
What I really think Ghost User was hoping with that first attack was that it would explode on MorroW's own army.
Yeah. You know what, actually? These Mutas, if they go around and kill the production...
Yes!
No,
that's what I'm saying!
Never mind. There's like a million turrets in
okay,
the
maybe
base.
not there. No, look. If he goes to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, Beyonce it up, he actually is like has a pretty clear view into the main. Why doesn't he? How does I do it?
I don't know.
Go to the right and then to the left.
He's like trying to
Don't go
surprise,
to the left and the right.
like, I think Ghost User, we joked about this yesterday. He's actually gonna go pure Mutalisk in his supply count. Once these Swarm Hosts die, he's actually gonna have enough money to go 200 Mutalisks.
But what is he gonna do? Try and magic box over the army?
Magic box 200 Mutas, yeah. Oh, Ghost User, this is so cool. This is so dumb. I don't think it's gonna work, but this is so cool. MorroW has got so many turrets littered around the map that
I'm telling you, man, there's points of entry for,
I know there's points of
Ghost
entry,
User.
okay? There's holes in this, literally and figuratively, but still.
No,
Can what is 100 Mutalisks win you a game?
I think it could do severe amount of damage. You force MorroW into moving out, and maybe he uses all of his energy on stuff that actually isn't, you know, the scary thing, which is more mutas. I think it's better than just waiting here.
Oh, this is actually a cool use of the Swarm Host. He actually just kamikazed on so many Ravens. Like, seriously, how many Ravens just died? Like, well, actually, it doesn't show because it was friendly fire. We can't see it on the unit's last tab. Because Terran friendly fire is so
29,
stupid.
31 more mutas. You're so close to being maxed out. You have no more gas.
He's actually good. Oh my god. Zombie, this is the closest I've ever seen to anyone going 100 Mutalisks.
You need 3 more mutas and you have 300 gas on extractor. You get that.
Nope, he's got 3 drones. He's actually got 3 drones to work with. Right, this is insane. Here it comes, boys. There's so many point defense drones, though. Holy crap, this is 95 Mutalisks.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
95 Mutalisks are about to die so
my
fast. Oh, he's magic boxing them. Can he do it? Can he break it? Auto turrets are coming down as well. Thors are going down so fast. 3 Thors remain, but the Mutas have... There's still 70 of them. Is this actually going to work?
I don't breathing energy. And even if he did, like, secret missiles would only kill his own army.
But here's the thing, he's losing tanks and who cares because he can't shoot up with them, so he's just making 6 Thors at a time in Widow Mines! It's a lot of units, says MorroW! There's still 64 in play!
Well, we need to get on top of production. If he gets on top of production, then maybe he can actually win this game.
If he can stop the Thors from coming out, but he's gonna lose a lot to these turrets.
Don't suck up! There's the 6 Thors on the way.
There's 6 Thors, they're gonna volley these down! This is life and death for Goswser after what is a stupid 43-minute game! Turrets are coming down, Vikings are firing, but these are clubbed, and here comes the Thors! Oh, they take out 20 Mutalisks upon spawning! This is so scary! Lots of mules coming down to repair, not even for mana, but it's not going to be in time, and the Thors die out. This is ridiculous. Can he stop 26 minutes? That's it for Goswser. What can he do other than make drones and lings at this point? Can MorroW do this? This is ridiculous. You know what? I think the Mutas can win this. Oh, but the Widow Mines! Oh, the Widow Mines! Oh, the Widow Mines take out half the Mutalisks! This gets worse and worse as time goes on.
I think MorroW is going to win this, actually, when all is said is done.
I think MorroW is not in this game,
There's
but I
stuff
think
coming out of it.
He's got to Zombie Grub. Holy crap! He can't make an Overseer. He can't make an Overseer to ever find these Widow Mines.
Well, that's done with then.
That is done with! He's done it! MorroW has broken what was almost 100 Mutalisks! This feels like... Dude, dude, 100 Mutalisks! Hey, dude, that's like such a stoner comment. Dude, building armor makes your buildings die so slowly.
Oh.